What's up, everyone? Today I want to show you a Reddit thread of somebody who had a really bad time in Salem, Massachusetts. As many of you know, I went up to Salem on Halloween Day and I had a pretty good time there. I even made a few videos there. I did a 6-hour live stream and I also talked about my experience going there and back. But I'm going to show you this Reddit thread that my brother sent me of this guy who had a really bad time. So let's delve into this. They said that the real nightmare was getting there and coming back. If you're planning to go on Salem on Halloween, please don't. And it has 473 upvotes. And they're saying, don't drive there, they said. Take public transport. And so I did. And that's what I heard too. Public transportation was the way. That's why I took the commuter rail. And they reached North Station at 11. I got there around 9:30. That's when the train left, more or less. Trains are running every hour to Salem, so it was quite a wait, I thought. Boy, was I wrong. The line snaked 4 to 5 times inside the North Station before heading out. Took an hour and a half. Boarded the train, and guess what? The train stopped at Lynn. Some idiot had fireworks in the next compartment. Wow. That's really bad luck there that some person had fireworks and delayed the whole trip. But when my train left at 9:30, the North Station was pretty full. That entire lobby area, it was a lot of people there. And I thought it would be a long wait too, but I think they boarded everyone in about 10 minutes or so. Wasn't anything atypical or not typical that I've experienced taking mass transit, but that's insane that it took an hour and a half to board a train. And it took this person 2 hours to reach Salem, but the nightmare wasn't over. It took me about 40 minutes leaving from 9:30. I mean, it's crazy. People, they always say like taking mass transit to leave early because you might encounter stuff unexpected, and this is what happens sometimes if you leave later. But really, it's not really anyone's fault but the transit agency. They weren't prepared for the mass rush of people going to Salem, and especially, some guy having fireworks on the train delaying the whole process. So it started raining as I reached there, and that place wasn't ready. Yes, I was there when it rained too, and it was kind of chaotic. People were like going under the awnings and trying to get out of the rain, and people didn't want to get their costumes wet, and it wasn't ready. The forecast said it would be clear the entire day, but thousands had descended upon that tiny town like locusts. All the restaurants were more than full. I went in naively to ask for a seat, and I was told with a smirk that the wait time was 2 hours. Yeah, when I got to Salem in the morning, it looked okay. I mean, the lines for the restaurants at that point were long, and there were maybe like 20 people deep, I would say, for like the cafes. And I thought, hey, maybe I could find a place on the side that would have shorter lines. And for the most part, the stores that were off of Essex Street there, they were a little bit more manageable. But I still didn't want to wait. And I got lucky because I found this restaurant called the Adriatic, and I went in there about 11:30 in the morning, and they told me they didn't open till 12. So what I did was, when it got near that time, I went right back to that restaurant and got seated. While I was eating there, I saw there was a line that was just gathered outside the restaurant, so I got very lucky. But yeah, if you're going to Salem, don't expect to eat at a restaurant because the lines there are insane, as this person confirms, and I can confirm too. But what you have to do is just bring your own food, or I guess, or expect to wait a while, or try to time it so you go in right when the restaurant opens, because otherwise you're not going to be able to get in. Anyway, I went off to tour other haunted houses, which were obviously not ready for the huge crowd. Yeah, I mean, all of Salem was not ready for that huge crowd. It was crazy. Every store, every attraction that I was there for was packed. It was crazy. But I got lucky. I was able to enter the Witch Mansion haunted house early in the morning, and there wasn't a line. And I was one of those idiots. It took an hour and a half to get back to the trains with the station entrance closed down. Oh my gosh. Another snaking line which extended half a mile over the bridge next to the station, going up and down and around, is what a cop told me. Unbelievable. I mean, I think I boarded my train around 6:30ish, and the station entrance wasn't closed at that time, but I could tell it got kind of chaotic because there were a lot of people leaving Salem at that time, and there was only this one staircase going down to the train station, and a lot of people were just piled up at the bottom of the staircase there. But it didn't take me an hour and a half to get back to the trains. There was like about a half an hour delay though, because the train was supposed to arrive at 6 p.m. and it only departed at like 6:40, I think. Kind of crazy. But this person got back to Boston at 9. I think I hardly spent an hour or two in Salem. It was a beautiful little town. It was a beautiful town. Swamped by us, the uninformed idiots. I mean, it's crazy there. I don't think anyone was really prepared for all the crowds that went into this to the town there. I wasn't either. Idiots who were either looking to cosplay their way into a massive Comic-Con festival or just wanted to be in an amusement park. I beg you, if you want to go to Salem for fun on Halloween, don't, because it won't be. I mean, it's kind of crazy. I was even judging by the amount of people coming into Salem that day that it was going to be chaotic, and none of the shopkeepers, none of the attractions was prepared for the huge crowds on that day. You can probably get equally good experience if you come like a week earlier or probably any other day in October. It doesn't have to be on Halloween day. But if you do go to Salem that day, I would recommend you get there early, because this is what happens if you get there, noon or later, because you're going to have a crazy experience with public transportation. Yeah. Let's see through some of the comments here and see what people said. If you want to do Halloween in Salem, just do it in September. Yeah, I said do it in any other day in October. You can dress up and fit right in, see all the sights, take the tours, get into any restaurant or bar, jump on the train, get out of town, or actually find a hotel if you want to stay the night. Everything's still there. There's absolutely nothing special about Salem in October. Just giant crowds. Source, I worked bars in Salem. Yeah, I mean, going here on Halloween day, I think it's just asking for trouble unless you go really early in the morning. I was about to write this exact thing. Salem, just a normal town, but if you're coming around Halloween time to do spooky tours and see the city, the worst night you could possibly pick is Halloween. Time to come is early October or late September, when it's still relatively less packed. All the restaurants will be open and mostly wait free. The type of person who comes to Salem for Halloween night is the younger crowd who wants to get hammered and act recklessly, or people who want to show off the high-priced costumes. Also, the city isn't hurting for revenue in other months. I live here year-round and it's packed with hipsters every weekend, anywhere you go. I mean, I wanted to go to Halloween because it was the most exciting day to be there, all the activity, but yeah, it got really crazy. There's so many people there during that day. Here it says, Salem is quickly turning into Boston's version of Times Square, a place where natives can gloat about not going there while all the tourists crowd in like sardines. For what it's worth, I don't think it's ever been this bad. Most likely just pent up pandemic demand, just like how King Richard's Fair was mobbed this season. I mean, at one point it really felt like Times Square during New Year's. There's a lot of people there. Wow. Anyway, I'll let you read this Reddit thread. Maybe I'll link it in the video description below. But yeah, if you're coming to Salem during Halloween, just be prepared because your experience may be similar to this Reddit thread here and not exactly mine. But if you do go there on Halloween, just go there early and be prepared for the worst because anything can happen. But thanks for watching me vlog about this Reddit thread. I want to let you know that my experience in Salem is not everyone else's, and yeah, it can get really crazy.